Alright, we live. So we want to give our praises and glory to Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well uplift the stone. And a blessed salutation to the Yakyums in the folk and the earth, pushing the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. You know, this is brother Yahawadah from the Trinidad GMS camp. And this brother Yahawashi from South Africa GMS camp. You know?
Shalom, Akio.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. Hey, the word has gone out, hey? And Esau is very uncomfortable. Okay. Because like the apostles, elder apostle termed the 2018 the year of prophecy. It is truly the year of prophecy. Things have been moving swiftly, more than ever before. And Esau right now, hey, he's nervous. Okay, all these different Project Magito are labeling us as the extreme, black extreme movement. He see he's done for. This has been prophesied that this is going to happen. You know, I'm going to open up with this Job 39, verse 9 says, will the unicorn be willing to serve thee or abide in thy crib? Okay. It says, verse 19, canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in Pharaoh, or will the harrow the valleys or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Will thou trust him because his strength is great, or will thou leave thy labor to him? That's the question right now. And we see Esau is trying to censor the internet because now the unicorn is not abiding by his crib. Okay, because it's not doing what he purposed to do it, to dumb down the masses, okay, to indoctrinate people with lies. Now Yahawah has set up his servants, the prophets, to bring the truth out. The unicorn is not abiding by his crib right now. That's why he's trying so much to label us, okay, as the extremists. No, what we're doing is bad. Guess what, man? All the servants of prophets of old have been condemning whatever society that was established at that time. For time and time and again, history always repeats itself, and now it's repeating itself for the last time as we're heading straight for the kingdom of heaven. Okay, Job 39 and 11 again says, will thou trust him because his strength is great, or will thou leave thy labor to him? All right, that's going back to the Amos, the 8th chapter, about the famine of the word. It must come, because now the unicorn is not abiding by your crib, so it's not doing what you intended it to do. We're shining the light against you and the rest of you nations, the history, what you have done. Okay, all your wickedness and what you're still doing right now. We're shining that light unto you, and the world does not love it. Okay.
Good. That's something in for you. This is Psalm chapter 19, verse 1. He said, the heavens declare the glory of Yahawah, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day unto speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their word to the end of the world. In them had he set a tabernacle of the sun. Yeah, this is the internet. You know, through the internet, this word went out. You know, this word went out to the four corners of the earth. You know, to what? To seal the elect. So the Most High used the internet. A matter of fact, the Most High set up the internet to do this work. You know, this great awakening of the Hebrew Israelites. You know, to remember the self. The scripture said they're going to remember the self in the land of the captivity. You understand? So, hey, the Most High Yahweh should set up this internet. You understand? It was prophesied. It was prophesied in the scriptures that, yo, this is the unicorn that the Most High set up, which is the internet, to do this work. So the next move that these devils are gonna do, they know they already know. You see, Esau know who's a threat. Esau not part of them men who preaching Islam or Christianity or Rastafarian or them black unconscious niggas who talking about Africa. Esau not worried about them. Esau know they lost. He know he have them already. They confused. They already They are already bitten with a serpent. You understand? So he's not dealing with them. They is not threat to him. If they can continue teaching the garbage, it's better for Esau. You know? But the men of the Lord and the Most High set up, who going into the scriptures, breaking out the scriptures correctly, who pushing out these video epistles out on the highways and byways. We are the threat to the so-called white man. You understand? Because he see the kingdom, he see the kingdom falling, and he gonna fight. But he got lost. You understand? So I read about this one again, Psalm 19:4. He said the anointing is gone out throughout all the earth. And what's this? The internet. This is how this word went out. This is how we wake up. We hear this word from where? The internet. You understand? Some brother was passing the highways and byways and see the brothers on the streets and inquire. You understand? And they were sealed by what? By the word. You understand? He said the line has gone out throughout all the earth. The words to the end of the world. Them he had said that the tabernacle for the sun. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a precept says I St. John 8:32 says, "He shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And that's how we know this truth. That's how we receive the truth. Okay, but the men being set up, the elders, apostles, elders on down, the archeum being set up. Okay, as the scripture says in Isaiah, okay, 30:20 says, "Though the Lord give us the bread of adversary, yet the eyes of our teachers shall no longer be removed in a corner anymore." That's how the truth we're going to receive it, and that's how we've been receiving it until the famine of the word comes into play. But right now, 2/3 they do not want to come to the light. They don't want to see themselves being set free because they love living in this delusional place. This St. John 8:32 says, "He shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Because we're no longer under the bounds and the lies and the deceptions of the world. Now we know the truth, the true intentions of Yahawashi. What is the purpose of us as Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans? Why are we here in the first place? To do the will of Yahawashi and to serve him and to keep his commandments as a holy nation, a kingdom of kings and priests. That's the sole purpose why we're here. But 2/3, they don't want to see themselves being free. They trust in oppression. That's why 2/3, they're going to be cut off and die.
They have low self-esteem. They don't want to be Israelites. They want to be Africans. They want to be African Americans. They want to be Jamaicans. They want to be Europeans. Trinidadians, Bajan, Guyanese. These things they want to be. You understand? They want to be a black man. They kind of got low self-esteem. They don't want to be a prince. Right? They don't want to be Yasharala. Right? This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 20. And when the word that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these token. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see altogether. Internet. You understand? The book shall open before the firmament, which is the internet, and they shall all see together. Right? You understand? So hey, you better bring out some heavy information there, you know. Show these devils, how these devils monitoring us, you know, uploading the video on their site so they can watch, you know. So when they're ready to make the move, they know exactly who they're coming for. You understand? Yeah, you want to pull it up now there?
Yeah, you can pull it up, Buck.
Yeah, that's today.
As you can see, this are the first page that I had last year. It got taken down. I no longer have access to that page. Okay, the original page that I had was Habakkuk 1949. It got taken out. Then I had to do another one. But when I was scrolling, I came across when I was trying to go through this website again. Then this website came through from archive.org. This is a government-based, South African government-owned website. Okay, so if you see over there, they got our videos of Israelites videos. You can see them on this page. Okay, because all these different governments, they're all working one with one another. Let's go back to this Psalm 88. All the main top enemy, okay, they've been watching and they still are monitoring over us. It says the leopard shall watch over thee. Okay, this is exactly what's happening right now. Can you go to where's go, just scroll down. Just search Israelites on the web page, Salakia. Just searching Israelites on that page.
Can. Let's go into the search icon, right?
Yeah, that's the search icon. Because you're gonna see that Esau, as it says in the book of Psalms, okay, they make a diligent search. All right. So do you think you're gonna upload one video, two videos, you're gonna do this work for a year and a half, and you disappear, or Esau's gonna forget about you? That's not gonna happen. Okay, that's not gonna happen. You always already know where you live, where you stay. He has everything covered.
Yeah, Salakia there.
Can.
Esau internet.
Is the prince and the power.
Can. I've been talking about there. Let me just type him out the word back there again. Backside there. Yeah. Yeah. So you're on scroll down, right?
Yeah, I can't scroll down.
So all these is different Israel. This is the GMS Atlanta. Right? It's saying the Gentiles are Israelite foreigners. Right? They're going into the what? They're going into the Gentiles. This look like who's this? It says strictly for our Israelite women. All right, they got best Hebrew Israelite music song. You see, all these things Esau going into. You understand? True Israelite favorite. Right? Low life Israelite school flyers. Right? He said Ruth, the Israelite Ruth is a Moabite. You know this off. God, Ruth is a Moabite. This is brother from Mississippi. This is the elder. You understand? The Samaritan, not an Israelite. Right? So all these things you see Esau watching. Up to now you see a Christian It said volume 8, two ancient Israelite, right? Agricultural, attention Israelite woman, Uncle Sam, right? Attention Israelite woman, Uncle Sam wants you. What difference does the Israelite identity make? You understand? So it's all about the Hebrew Israelite. And this is spiritual because he battle against who? Battles against Jacob and Esau. You understand? The Israelites are right. He said the Israelites. Oh yeah, he said the Hebrew Israelites are Jew. Isaiah 56, right? Isaiah 56, the strangers are Israelite foreigners. God, Isaiah 56, the strangers are foreigners, right?
So like it's
Yes.
just go back to 56.
Isaiah 56.
Okay. You can see over there it says a community video. That means they had a group chat for that video over there. Let's go to show you they have even different forums on this website whereby they go through these videos they're watching. This is Psalms. This is Psalm 64 verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep. That's Esau over there. Don't you think when you're busy sleeping, don't you even for 1 second think Esau is resting? He's not resting. He's busy 24/7. That's why it says in Isaiah, you have set up watchmen upon. Let me just get that in Isaiah, because we can't rest. This is Isaiah 62. This is Isaiah chapter 62. And this Isaiah 62 and 6 says, I have set watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahawah shall keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So we can't keep quiet. We can't keep silent 24/7. As much as we can, we must to be exalting the name of Yahawah, because Esau is not resting. He's not resting, so we can't rest our own selves. He's busy making all these different plans that he has for his new world order. How he's gonna end up bad naming us, the Israelites. That's why we're staying away from this whole term of black Hebrew Israelites. We're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites. All these guys who keep saying black Hebrew Israelites, the question is, where are the white Hebrew Israelites? We never seen them, these white Hebrew Israelites, because there's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelites. It's not about color, it's about nationality, about your lineage of your forefathers.
That's
as it says in Numbers 1 and 18.
That's right. I want to say, this is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret and hide from thee. So this devil sorts out everything. You know, you got your team, and this is part of his team. You understand? To sort out, you know, to watch these videos and to report. You know, all these videos they upload on their own website. Right? You could click on these videos and watch it. They upload this video on their own website. Right? He said this is an Israelite thing. Only the Israelites. Only the Israelites. You understand? It's the Law Life Israelite schools. Like, okay, I've gone through that already. He said Jews wish smack by. You see they're using the word black here again. Right? It's a black Israelite, real Jews versus Jewish fake Jews. Right? And up to now we see up to now we see these black unconscious niggas talking about Kemet and Egyptologists or Egyptology. We seen these Christians. We seen Islam. We seen Rastafari. Who we seeing? We seen the Israelites. God, this is spiritual. You understand? This is a spiritual war. Right? This is what we see. We see the Israelites. They said, you are not Muslim, you are an Israelite. Right? They said right here. This is IUIC. Yeah, this is IUIC. This is Israelites groups. Right? I am an Israelite. Do not call me black no more. You see that?
God.
IUIC. Right? He said training up an Israelite child in the truth. Right? So the word went out through the internet. You know? You got anything there?
Yeah, I got a precept, Joel, the 3rd chapter. It's Joel chapter 3. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 7. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the places whither ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And this is what's happening right now. Israelites, they are waiting for who we are.
God.
Whether we scattered among whatever nations we may be scattered, now we're coming back to who we are. We're knowing ourselves who we are. We are not of these nations. We are coming to realize, you know what, I'm not a Hamite, I'm not a so-called African, but I'm an Israelite. I'm scattered among them. I'm not a Japhite, but I'm scattered among them. So forth and so on. Amongst all these nations, wherever we'll be scattered among them, the Most High Yahawashi is raising up, okay, the elect out of all these nations. Because these are the ones who only come back and serve Yahawashi, the hopefully elect. Okay.
God. Yeah, man. This is why the Most High said this. This is our warfare was spiritual. You understand? Now why when you think you taking a rest, this devil arrested deaf Israelites murdered by Oklahoma police. See that? See that? They're spiritual. I would have got that Edomite. Said deaf Israelite Oklahoma police. Right? Hey, shalom to GMS Millstone forever. The brother Yashamai from Jamaica, shalom. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Rawchaa Qadash. I don't know if it's Azar or the other brother name. His name coming to my mind here, but hey, shalom, Yahawashi, Rawchaa Qadash.
Hey, shalom. I got a precept, Ephesians 6, verse 12 says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's an ongoing battle that we must always be ahead. If we stop bringing this weight out, if we slack, guess what? Esau he's gonna get a head start. It's like a head start. And it's gonna end well. Okay, that's why the Lord says, "Look, I've set up watchmen who will never hold their peace, day nor night." Because this is a serious battle that we're facing. It is not of our own battle, but it's of Yahawashi, the good versus the bad, and He's using His servants, the prophets, to do all that the fighting.
Done. All right. Let's see. It's a Cuban woman, Lauren. She is an Israelite. See, this is destiny ahead that China is rising up. You understand? Knowing who he is. And they're going to stop calling themselves Cuban, Puerto Ricans, Americans, Africans,
Mexican.
because we scatter Mexicans, Caribbean, Jamaican, Guyanese, West Indian, all these bywords, because we scatter among these heathens. You understand? We scatter among these heathens. The Most High is going to rise them up. This is just reading Joel 3. The Most High is going to rise them up from where they were scattered. Right? This one said, brother, no, he is an Israelite, but want to continue to smoke cigarette. Right? So you got some work to do, you know. You got to do some fasting and praying for get the spirit out of him. God is a spirit. You understand? That only he make it like he's smoking them cigarette. Right? You understand? Right? This is Alazay, Zachary, right? Israelite. Up to now, we see a video for these Christians. We see a video for the Islam, black unconscious community. You understand?
You won't find them.
I got a piece of video. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. Right? Most I see you can put enmity between thee and the woman, between Esau and Israel. Right? You understand? And between thy seed and her seed, which is Esau and Jacob, is the battle. Right? And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So this is the special battle. The most I put the enmity. You understand? Between Jacob and Esau. Right? Let me get Genesis 25 and Genesis 25 and 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahawah, because she was barren, entreat of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahawah. And the Lord Yahawah said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separate from thy bowels. So it's 2 nations. Jacob is a nation, which is the Israelites. There's our nationality. And the Edomites, which is the so-called white people today. If once your seed go back to Esau, you are an Edomite. Right? There's the 2 nations was in Rebekah's womb, and they were fighting in the womb. That's why she was having problem. Right? He said, verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separate from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when our days be when our days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, twins in our womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau, which in the Hebrew is Ishashua, which means wasted away is he. Right? So Jacob and Esau were battling in the mother womb. Right? You understand? Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Right? And his name was called Jacob, and Isaac were 80 years old when she bare them. And this is symbolic to what we're doing today, because we pulling on this devil kingdom by preaching the word of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, the spirit of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, revealing this devil who he is. the kingdom crumbling. You understand? Because the kingdom divided. Even Esau hating Esau. Even Esau not getting along with Esau right now. You understand? So this is symbolic to what we're doing right now. We're pulling down this devil kingdom. You understand? That's exactly what we're doing. Yeah, anything there?
Yeah, hey. We're foretelling Esau's his own demise, and he doesn't like it. There's nothing else he can do about it. No matter how much he may try to demonize us, he's still going down. It's a second verse 6 and verse 8 is, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held fast the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This is the beginning of a new era, the beginning of righteousness reigning forever, for all eternity. There's nothing else he can do about it. He's the end of the world, the cause of all this wickedness. If you get rid of Esau, look, man, everything is going to be smooth. Everything is going to be righteous. Because once Esau gets taken out of the picture, we're going to have the Israelites finally, they're going to be ruling right now. Then will the righteous start slacking? Then shall righteousness spring forth, as it says in Ecclesiasticus. But now the truth is coming out. We see the end of Esau, his demise. He never actually thought there will be a day whereby he's going to be brought down because of his pride. But he can do nothing right now but to try to badmouth the servants, the prophets of Yahawashi. But that's not going to work. The scripture says, "What it is written, so shall it be." He ruled to his own demise. Now it's time for him to pay for what he has done. These are Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 14 says, "For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor. I consider all the living which walk under the sun, with the second child that shall stand up in his stead." The second child now, the righteous remnant of the second child are standing upon their watch right now, ready to take rulership. And he doesn't like it. He can't even believe it. He can't even believe what's happening in front of his eyes. He can't believe it. Okay, going back to the letter of Willie Lynch, he said, "What is going to take a phenomenon to undo what he was not given the spiritual part. He's a carnal man." Going back to his blessing in Genesis 27, by his sword, he has ruled, and that blessing that he had is a curse. He never really, Esau never received a blessing at all. He's a nation cursed unto judgment. So he never received the blessing from the beginning because he was rejected from the beginning.
Done. I just see this it said after it's kicked off Instagram after posting Israelite video. So there's an actor that wake up knowing that he's an Israelite, and he was kicked off Instagram. So this Israelite is a threat to this one kingdom because it's our spiritual. It is our spiritual. You understand? It is our spiritual. Right? This one say Hebrew Israelites stop being effeminate. Israelite school of biblical history and practice knowledge. Right? It say another dumb ass Egyptologist get bruised in a tomb by the Hebrew Israelite wisdom. You understand? So Esau seen always his wine being destroyed by the spirit of Yahawashi. Right? Let's look at the video that Esau load up on this page. You understand? Let's look at this. It's Israelite foreigners waking up in West Africa, Ghana. Testimony Bakwar Amat. This devil but hurt because this devil push a doctrine that that we are Africans. And there's a lie. So look at the video this devil loading up on this page. You understand? So hey, is wine being destroyed? Right? Is wine being destroyed? Let me get some comment on the brothers and money coming, bro. Right? GMS Guyana. Right? I don't know if it's Garsham or Azar, but Shalom Yahawadah Yahawashi. Right now I know it. Right now I know you're touring right now, Azar. Right? Yeah, he said Isaiah 11 and 11. I can bring note. Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 11. Right? Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Patros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. You understand? And the Most High gonna bring back his people to the land of Jerusalem, right? Because we were scattered among these heathen, right? So the Most High, as scripturally brother reading Joel earlier, right? See, brother post up James, GMS Guyana, James 1:1. James is servant of Yahawah and of the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings. Yeah. The 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. So this video here, I know this with the Israelites, foreigners waking up in West Africa, Ghana, testimony, Bakwar, Amat. It's a proof the Greeks, Gentile, and the Grecian in the New Testament are Israelite foreigners, and that's exactly right. There was the Hellenistic period with Antiochus, Epiphany, and who are Hellenizing the Heathens and the Israelites by force. You understand? Right? By force. So Esau, what they say? Esau, you're gonna call this a black Israelite? A confusion of faith, this is an Israelite. That's why we tell you, dummies, this ain't nothing to do with skin. It's about your spirit. The spirit that is in you is the difference. Because the Most High says heritage like a speckled board, right? He said he is definitely an Israelite. Confusion of faces speaking against Esau. So Esau but hurt. You devils but hurt, right? And like I say, up to now we ain't see a Christian video. We ain't see an Islamic video. We ain't see a Rastafarian video. We ain't see a Egyptology video. None of these madness with these reprobates be pushing. Because it's not a threat to Esau. Esau set up that. You understand? So there's not a threat to Esau. Right? When you're ready to go to the next page, you're gonna let me know.
I got a precept. It's Acts 17, verse 6 says, and when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also. The same thing what they see happening right now, because according in their eyes, they think we're turning the world upside down. But what we're doing, we're correcting things. Okay, through the spirit of Yahawashi, by the word of the Holy One. So then we're turning the world upside down. They're saying, look, they're also here Israelites. We have Israelites all over the goddamn place. Okay, and more very soon you're gonna start seeing more and more Israelites camps popping off. More and more.
That's right. That's right. And that's what hurting them. Even our old people fighting against their own nation because they make a covenant with death. You understand? And they're gonna be destroyed. Right? This is Hosea 12 and 3. He said he took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with the Most High. And this is exactly what we do in this devil. We pulling this devil down spiritually by revealing his wicked ways, and how we rule in anger and in wickedness. We using the spirit of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi to pull this devil down. You understand? And that's how we pull them. That's how we pulling out. We grab him by the heel and pulling out our seat. You understand? We pull this devil out of our seat. That's why our Lord Yahawashi say, he see Satan fall as lightning. That's how far this devil kingdom crumbling. You understand? This is the time. This is the end of your age, so-called white man. This is the end of your aeon, end of your rulership. Now you gotta pay for all the wickedness that you did on the face of the earth, right? You gotta pay from since the garden to now. You gotta pay for all the shit that you do. All the shit you gotta pay for. Keeping for you, devil, right? Verse 4, yea, he had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he speak with us. You understand? Yes, so hey, physically, spiritually, we stronger than these devils. You understand? The scripture said one shall be stronger than one. And that's how we defeating this devil right now. Spirit. Go ahead. Okay. Let me know when you're ready for the next page. Still scroll through a little more here and see what.
Okay. I got a precept. It's Acts 5, verse 28. It says, verse 5, it's like Acts chapter 5, verse 28 says, saying, did not we straightly command you that you shall not teach in his name? And behold, you have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. Guess what? 2/3, you have already ordained to pay back for your blood, that for the blood you have shed of the prophets. Since way back, you're gonna have to pay alongside with you, Esau, because you're still guilty. Those 2 Roman soldiers that pierced Yahawashi, hey, Yahawashi is coming for you, because all these nations are still gonna have to pay for what they have done. Guess what? His blood, as they say, this man they intend to bring his blood upon us. Guess what? Is already upon you, and it's going to be paid very soon. That's why we're doing by preaching. Just like it says in 2 Peter, no was a what? Preach of righteousness, condemn the world that was. The same thing we're doing right now. We're condemning this place so that this land can finally be cleansed by the blood that was shed, by your blood being shed, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and the return of Yahawashi HaMashiach. Because we can do nothing of our own. We are waiting upon Yahawashi HaMashiach till he rise up to the prey.
Time. This is brother post, the brother from GMS guy, and I post a beautiful piece up here too. He said Deuteronomy 13:7, and the Lord Yahawah thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemy and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. And this is how we see Esau going against Esau, because these so-called Russian are Edomites. You know, the EU nations, they are Edomites. You understand? They are the so-called white Americans, they are Edomites. You understand? The so-called white British, they are Edomites. And we see them not seen eye to eye, the kingdom divided. You're sure these people are so retarded. You gonna look at, you will say, hey, nah, he's not American, he's a British. There's no such thing as a British and no such thing as American. They are Edomites. The so-called Russians, they are Edomites. The so-called Europeans, they are Edomites. Right? It's talking about the so-called white man, they are Edomites. The so-called Jewish people, they are Edomites. The so-called American white people, they are Edomites. Right? These so-called white people living in South Africa, they are Edomites. So no matter what land they're living in, the most I give all nations their nationality. So don't get it twisted. And this is how this devil hide himself. He can't hide no more because the spirit of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi reveal who he is. Right? You are the daughter of Babylon, right? You are the devil, you are the serpent, you are Leviathan, right? You are Satan. You understand? You are the son of perdition, right? And the list go on. All these is mystery name for the so-called white man. You understand? So you can't hide anymore. The spirit of the Lord Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi reveal you devil. Right? He reveal you devil. You understand? Look at this here, our beloved apostles, GMS apostle of great millstone, Israelites, two-third, and scoffers. You understand? This is our beloved apostles. You know?
Before you go to the next link, I have this precept in Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8 says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy him with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. It says, and with all deceitfulness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because it says because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. That's exactly what's happening. They don't want 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. You don't want to receive the truth. Therefore, you're following after the works of darkness of Esau, the wicked who has been revealed right now as the so-called white man. And the funny thing is, out of all these different amongst all these different nations that Esau is living in, he goes by different names. But when it comes to you Negroes, okay, your Southern Kingdom, you just Africans. No matter where you are, you just Africans. You go back to Africans wherever you are. But when Esau is amongst all these different nations in Australia, they call themselves Australians. When they're in Europe, they call themselves Europe. They call themselves Dutchies. They call themselves Germans. Okay, they call themselves Americans. But when it comes down to you Israelites, no, you just Africans. That's it. That's going to show you the lies of Esau. He can go by all these different names that he has, but you're just an African. That's it. You're an African. That's a lie right there. Going back to Genesis, let me bring this a precept. This is Genesis. Going back to one of your forefathers, Esau. This is Genesis 4. Genesis chapter 4, verse. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse. Verse 11 says, and now thou art cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, you shall not. Says when thou tillest the ground, it shall not yield forth unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. He's living under these different code names, these different names. Where if he conquers this nation, no, I'm a Portuguese. I know I'm a French, British, so forth and so on. He's a vagabond. He has, like it says in Habakkuk, or as Nahum says, he does not keep at home. He's not living where he's supposed to be living. He's the one who's busy colonizing all these nations. He's an invader, a very invasive piece of vermin. That's Esau right there. He doesn't belong amongst all these nations that we see him as he is taking over them. He doesn't belong there. But the Most High Yahawah allowed this thing to happen. So when judgment comes, it's gonna be beautiful, man. He's gonna execute perfect judgment against Esau. Just like it says in Obadiah. Was that in let me get this precept again. This is Micah. It's book of Micah. It's Micah. Very quick. There's Micah chapter 5, verse 15 says, I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as have never had. So that says, such as they have never had. So judgment, when it comes, beginning with mainly with Esau, the judgment that's going to come on Yahawashi is going to be something special. Okay, unlike what these nations, we see what happened to Pharaoh. they got drowned. But Esau's judgment is going to be specific, okay, and it's going to be unique. No other nation has been promised to be exterminated as Esau has been prophesied and been promised is going to happen to him. And that's going to happen, okay, once Yahawashi returns after they serve 1,000 years of slavery alongside these nations. These nations are going to be good, okay? They're going to be still here. The swine is going to be here. The octopus is going to be here. Okay, the bacteria is going to be here. But Esau, you're going to be exterminated. Obadiah 1 and 18. It is yet to be fulfilled.
Yeah. This is it said Israelite man learn that the truth will not be stopped. Esau going into captivity. We will rule next. You understand? And hey, the elites of these Edomites know this is truth. They know this is truth. And this is a government page in South Africa. No? You understand? So you can imagine how much page like this have around the world. I showed that one here in Trinidad to a government page. You know, uploading all the brothers' videos and monitoring the brothers. You understand? We know that going on. You understand? Israelite jakes have more trust into carnal men than Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. See that?
That looks like a Zabak.
Yeah, that's Zabak. It's
so all these guys were still lukewarm, who do not want to do the work. Guess what? Esau already knows what you're watching, how much you're watching, when you're watching, where are you watching these videos. You're already a target. So why not do the work, man? All right. So that your death could not be in vain. So you be not part of the multitude which are going to perish in vain. Why not do the work? Why not do the work? Because you're already a target. But just watching these videos, Esau knows where you live. He knows your address, where you work, where you go shopping. He knows he has this algorithm. He knows everything of what you do, man. So why not confess Yahawashi? Because we already have a target. The scripture says, "Well, for thy sake we are killed all the day long." Okay. Why not confess Yahawashi? Okay. So that when Yahawashi comes, so that you could be the part of the dead which shall meet the Lord. So that you can be part of the dead which shall be raised first at the return of Yahawashi Mashiach.
And as he put himself, Esau put himself as a Pharaoh. See, he want to be everybody except an Edomite. He put himself as a Pharaoh. So if you saying that this devil, hey, they say, you know, this boy got to be taken out. They're gonna be the cure of the earth. When you kill the cancer, they're gonna be the cure of the earth. That's how the earth gonna heal. Because these Edomites is a cancer. You understand? As your brother mentioned, after 1,000 years of slavery, you know, Obadiah 1 and 18 come into play. Because that's what they imagine to do to the Israelites. But Yahawashi blessed Jacob and said, chorus see that thee, and bless them that bless thee. And you Edomites imagine to eradicate the whole nation of Israel. You understand? So what? The same way with Halaman sin, by the same shall he be punished. That's why you devils gonna be eradicated too. You understand? Hey, shalom to GMS Food Convenience, brother Baruch. Shalom Makia Bashim Yahawashi Bashim Rawchaa Qadash.
Gotta.
Yeah, but brother Baruch say yeah, go ahead, ready precept.
Jesus 18, which is from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So the Most High is arising right now, disappointing Esau. Going back to Numbers 23, okay, it says there is no enchantment against Jacob. Let me get that. It's in Numbers 23, because the Most High is rising right now and disappointing, okay, the wicked. He's disappointed right now, Esau. He can't believe what's happening. Alongside these different nations, they still can't believe what's happening right now. They're being disappointed. This is Numbers 23, verse 23 says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have the Most High brought? This is the Most High's doing. It is not the will of man. Okay, that we see men all over the world with garments and fringes of blood of blue on their garments, prophesy the downfall of this current society. Okay, calling Esau who he is, and giving you nations your identity, who you are, telling you Africans you're the Hamites, okay, the so-called Caucasian race, that you're the Edomites, all these different nations, we're telling your nationality, who you are, the Chinese and the Japanese, the Moabites and the Ammonites, all you nations, the Ishmaelites, which are the so-called Arabs, all you nations, we're standing right now and telling you to your faces who you are. This is what the Most High has brought in these last days, and they just can't believe it. But guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, this is the marvelous works, okay, that the Most High has intended that is going to happen in these last days, and it's surely happening, and it's on time.
Yeah, the brother Barak he said they lock up a brother some years ago and show him pictures of all the camps in Trinidad. You see? Yeah, so Esau watching, you know. Esau watching. You understand? This is to back up with brother street. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse get straight to the point. 29. And let people serve thee, and nation bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy son bow down to thee. Hey, and you so white people gonna bow down to we, right? You're gonna lick the dust off our feet, serve us for a time. You are the heathen nation gonna be perpetual tributary unto us, right? They are gonna be perpetual servants unto us, right? And you so white gonna be destroyed after 1,000 years. So he said Genesis 27:29, let people of thee. And this is gonna happen in the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna be established on earth, where our Lord Yahawashi, King David, the 12 apostles, right, and the 144,000, right, and the nation of Israel. We're gonna rule over all these heathen nations, right? He said, Genesis 27:29, let people serve thee, and nation bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. And that's why you devils gonna be destroyed, because you devil man is to eradicate the Israelites, right? This is you devil's plan. So you devils gonna be destroyed.
God, and all their plans, they've been in vain. They never considered, look, man, this is a show of Yahawah. He's the one that is in control. It's not about the will of man. Your intentions don't mean a goddamn thing. It's about the intention and the purpose of Yahawah. That's what's going to stand. This is Psalms 2:1 says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Okay, because now we're the ones who are what? We are now the servants, okay, walking down, the princes which are walking down, and we have what princes, like Ecclesiastes says, but I've seen our servants are walking down. Let me get that. Let me not mess up the scripture. There's Ecclesiastes. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. So like here. There's a book of Ecclesiastes. God, it is all in vain what they've imagined. And it's all what? Coming down. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 10. Verse 5 says, I've seen under the sun, folly set in great dignity, the rich sit in low places. I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Because you have set yourselves up, you nations, beginning with Esau. We are now on a low estate right now. Because you have decided, you know what, let us cut aside their bands from us. But guess what? That was the sole purpose and intentions of Yahawah. Because we transgressed certain commandments, henceforth the curses ended up falling upon us. But guess what? The law says what? No matter what happens, so is okay. I'll call us back unto Him. We are married unto Him. We belong unto Him. No matter how bad things are, there was a door open to serve Yahawah. So it is all but in vain. As you've seen this belief about 2-3 days ago, the United Nations and whatnot. If we see this, the statue of Nelson Mandela being given to the United States, that shows you, man, these so-called Africans are not Israelites, man. Okay, you never get that kind of. Show me what kind of recognition Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, so-called. When have you ever got any form of recognition? You never got any. Okay, because we are under the curses. We are under the curses, man. Okay, we are under these curses. Look at your different currencies. Do you see yourselves on the paper money? Do you see yourselves there? You don't see yourselves anywhere there.
Yeah, keep the mic close here. Yeah, your mouth.
Because we are now having in a very lonely place. The only thing
okay, break it up there.
Elevate that once we have the laws,
You cannot break it up there just now. There.
Surely such as and from us, but it was telling is
Shalom, can you hear me there? Shalom, can you hear me? Shalom, I know they're getting some technical difficulties there with the connection. You know? Yeah. I know, I'm not hearing the brother, so I gonna just pull up on this next page here to just show you you know, how Esau, you know, right? I think he went into about, let's see which one we went into. I think it's jobs.
Okay.
Voluntary. Make sure which one. Shalom, can you hear me? I think this one was people. Shalom. Hey, Salaki, let me send back. Let me send back the brother I invite, you know. Getting some technical difficulty there. All right, so this is show. This is show. This is a team, right? And like you mentioned, this is a government page in South Africa, right? And this is Edomites, the exclusive. This is bio, and this is the exclusive staffs. You understand? Kind of. Let me send it back. Yeah, yeah. It was. Let's. I go down the I want to start with the bio page, or I want to start with the Can you hear
Go
me
ahead.
now?
Khan, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Right, so this is the bio page. This is the exclusive. This is the exclusive staffs, right? These are the people you know they got different so like a different office. You understand? Right. This is Bruce or Bruce Store. Is a passionate activate for public internet access and successful interpreter. Bruiser has spent his career. He said intent on a singular focus, providing universal access to all knowledge. Right. So they say universal access to all knowledge. And what we see the share so far on the page, the Hebrew Israelites. And there's the true knowledge. This is knowledge of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. You understand? So he's saying, hey, he focus, right? Providing universal access to all knowledge. And when you go on this page here, it's only the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites, right? The Hebrew Israelites, right? All the Hebrew Israelite video, you know, from various camps, you know, they upload. You understand? They upload, right? This is Lisa Bailey, Policy Council, right? This is Esau team that set up to, you know, to track these videos, to watch these videos, to know what we're saying. You understand? And these Edomites know that these elites know what we're saying is the truth. You understand? This Jefferson, director of web, he said, right, he said Jefferson joined the Internet Archive in summer 2014, right? He said to joining the AI, he worked on strategic initiative, digital preservation, archive, and digital collection as institution such as Metropolitan, right? So hey, these people being set up by Esau, you know, and they've been watching these videos, tracking these videos, uploading these videos, so you know they know what they're up against. You understand? They know what they're up against. All right, let's look at a Moabite, Henry. All right. Chris Friedland, Director of Finance. So Esau got a whole entire team. You know, this could be a Jake or a Hamite, you know, John C. Gonzalez, Director of Engineering and Service Availability, right?
I'll just jump up from Gonzalez.
From Gonzalez?
Scroll up.
Select, yeah. Yeah.
The guy before Gonzalez said, just scroll to his profile.
Chris Freeland.
On top, before him.
Oh, before him.
Before him.
David Fox.
Yeah, you see this guy, David Fox. Says David Fox was a friend of the archive since the Y2K. If we go back to the whole history of the Y2K, it goes back to this whole thing of was the Project Megiddo. Everyone was when they were naming the Israelites, okay, with this whole thing of the 2000 prophecy thing. That's why it's making a reference to the 2000-year prophecy thing of the Y2K. That's what it's talking about. So this guy, since way back then, he was among the team, so to speak, of those guys who are involved with this whole thing of Project Megiddo. So now this guy is here right now. Okay, he's the director of development with this archive.org website in South Africa.
Done.
This is Psalms 83 verse 3. It says, they've taken crafty counsel against thy people and have consulted against thy hidden ones. They've said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they are consulted together with one consent, and they are confederate against thee. It says, the tabernacle of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, the Hagarians, Gibal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. All these nations, it gives you a list of all these nations. They're all involved. They want to see us Okay, they wanna see us being destroyed. Okay, so that they can rule by themselves. But that's not going to happen. The only person that's going to be wiped off the face of the earth after all the you nations are repaying what you have done unto the Israelites is Esau. This is the guy who's going to be exterminated, eradicated, okay, by the Heavenly Father, okay, by Yahawashi in the kingdom of heaven, established on earth, nowhere else. Okay, it's not going to be on some cloud. No, it's going to be on the very same planet that Esau, you've been polluting. You've been trying to destroy. But it's never going to be destroyed. It's going to abide forever. So the same thing applies with the covenant that Yahawashi has made with us, the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and your descendants who are scattered abroad. It is high time to awake out of sleep. Okay, if not, you're going to be destroyed alongside these nations, because you would have become an enemy. Can you scroll up and go to the where it says about the information page when it says about the website? As you can see, this is about the Internet Archive. It says the Internet Archive is a 501c3 non-profit. Okay, it says is building a digital library of Internet site and other cultural artifacts in digital forum. Well, what the hell? Where are these other cultural artifacts? We never saw any different artifacts in this on this web page. You can even go to the home page and try to search all these things. You're not gonna find them. Okay, it's just as they've created this site for one purpose. Okay, to keep an eye, okay, on the servants of Yahawashi, on the Israelites. Okay, that's the sole purpose of this website. That's why the apostles have been saying, look, man, all these guys who have taken a 501c3 charter, these guys have sold out. Okay, these guys have sold out.
Yeah, there's IRS, there's government, 501c3 is government. And look at they're telling themselves right here.
Can you scroll down?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
If you can see when it says these different what do you call this thing? Let me read this. It says you can find information about our project on our blog. It says
oh, it's taking the bottom end.
You can.
Yeah, he said you can find information about our project, right? Our blog, included important announcement. Contact us by swag in our store and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Welcome to the library. Recent foundation funding generously provided by Andrew W. Mellon Foundation.
Because all these institutions, the so-called gracious funders, they're all government-based institutions. Some of them are privately owned by Edomites. So they're all working together with the elites. All these different people are funding this. They're all in cahoots with one another. It's like a very well-oiled machine. All right? But today, it's all going to come crumbling down anyway. As you can see, you got about the National Science Foundation. This is what the National endowment of the humanities of
the Democracy Fund, Federal Communication Commission Universal Service Program for School and Institution of Museum and Library Service, Knight Foundation, National Science Foundation, right? This precept is said the wicked plot against the just, and this will be seen right here, you know.
Yeah, I got a precept. It's Psalms 14. Psalms 14 verse start of verse 6 says, "Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord Yahawashi is his refuge." That's what they've been trying to do and still doing until that time of the time of persecution comes. Okay, they're shaming the poor. Okay, those who are wearing sackcloth, we've been shamed right now. Okay, we're about to make the new faces of terrorism. Okay, because what they're shaming the poor because we trust in Yahawashi. Because all these different guys, they're going to tell you, some Israelites, they're teaching us, look, man, there's no persecution coming. That's a fucking lie, man. Okay, persecution is coming. Look, all these those who are serving Yahawashi. Okay, even in of those who follow Yahawashi, they all got persecuted and got to put to death, except the one who survived. Okay, who made it by the purpose of Yahawashi, John the Revelator. That's the only one who was left alive, and he was imprisoned on in the island of Patmos. Okay,
God.
So there is persecution that's coming. That's what the apostles have been saying since they began. Man. Persecution is coming. Build up your faith. Okay,
God.
That's very important to build up our faith, because we already know what we've signed for. Okay.
See what they say? They say, as our web archive grew, so did our commitment to provide digital version of other published work. Today, our archive contains 279 billion web pages. 279 billion page. 11 million book and text. 4 billion audio recording, including 160,000 live concert. 3 million video, including 1 billion television news program. 1 million pitch. 100,000 software program. That quick precept here. This is Psalm 7 verse 7. The wicked plot against the just and gush upon him with his teeth. The Lord laugh at him, for he said that his day is coming. You understand? And we at the time, Esau, this is the end of your age, the end of your aeon. You understand?
Just go to say about job opportunities.
God.
Let's see what jobs are they providing these guys. What profit are they giving? Okay, it says the Internet Archive is a non-profit with a huge mission, universal access to all knowledge, based in San Francisco, with satellites around the world. Internet Archive was an Internet Archive chapters are building a digital library of the future, a place where anyone can go and learn, explore, and share human experience from books, web pages, audio, television, and software. So where are the jobs? Says job opportunity. What kind of job opportunities will you be getting over there? Doesn't make any sense. Website, man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Can you scroll up? When it says volunteers.
Volunteers.
Says volunteer. Says would you like to help the Internet Archive out with some of our? Says would you like to help Internet Archive out with some of our events? What events are they hosting? Because right there it says it doesn't say anything about it doesn't say anything about volunteers, so to speak, of them offering to give and to share to this website whatever material they may have. They say they themselves, okay, they have events. Will you love and come and help them out? What events are these guys hosting? Okay, these different false events. That's what these guys are doing here. They're recruiting here. Okay, these false actors. Okay, well, we're acting these false different for false occurrences that are acting. Says, would you like to help the Internet Archive out with some of our events? Says we host around 12 events a year and are looking for ushers to help welcome ushers to help welcome seat guests and collect their admission tickets. After everyone is seated, you and your guest are more than welcome to stay at the event for free. After volunteering with us for 6 events, you get the Internet Archive sweatshirt. Okay, so what are these events? Why don't we have a schedule of these events, which they have, man? Or it's all just about a facade. Okay, this is a recruiting website for these different agents, whereby they stage all these different false newsmen. Okay, all these different false events that they do. Because something doesn't add up here.
We want to go to now.
Done.
We went to volunteer job. That precept here. This is Psalms chapter. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. He said, the wicked in his pride do prosecute the poor. Let them be taken in the device that they have imagined. And this is why you devil is going to be eradicated. You understand? Right? He said, for the wicked boast of his hard desire, and bless the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through his pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High, the Most in all his thoughts. Right? He said, his ways are always grievous, thy judgment are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemy, he puffed it at them. And this devil is always exactly how he's behaved. If you see in this United Nations General Assembly right now, we're going on right now. You know, the devil just puffed up. You know, the Prime Minister Israel, the President of America, it does pride in the devil. You know, they want to ground the world and stop you from getting nuclear missile, but they are supposed to get nuclear missile. No, these nations that can get nuclear missile, it is prophecy to destroy you devils. You understand? It's to destroy you devils. So you cannot stop them. Right? Let me jump to verse 7. He says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit, and fraud is under his tongue. Salakio. He says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit, and fraud under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in lurking place of the village, in the secret place do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. You understand? And this so-called white man, right? The most I put the spirit in the brother Yahawashi, to go in and find his nation, And this is brother, this is really most I doing, putting the spirit on brothers, to go and find these information and do videos on it to feed it while you retarded niggas scoffing, you understand, and send up strange smoke to the Most High. You understand? Y'all send up strange smoke to the Most High, but y'all scoffing. Yeah, the Most High not gonna accept your sacrifice. You understand? Verse 9, he light and wait secretly as a lion in his den. He light and wait to catch the poor. He do it catch the poor when he draw them into this net. And like I said, this system is a trap. And a lot of Jacobs get chopped up in this system. You understand? So hey, the battle is Jacob and Esau. That's the battle. Right now it's spiritual, right? And Esau can't handle it spiritually. That's why he got set up. That's why he got all these people set up around the world to what? To watch the Hebrew Israelites. Why I think he sent all these people that he set up to come against the Hebrew Israelites. You understand?
I got a precept. There's a Proverbs. There's a book of Proverbs 14 and verse 15. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. And we see how things are heading. We see how the spirit of Yahawashi is turning up the heat. So the same thing we must be doing right now. Our heads are supposed to be up right now. Okay, because we know this for a fact, persecution is coming. But at the end of it all, salvation, a reward is coming to those who are going to be found faithful. As it says in Ecclesiasticus, let that prophet be found faithful. That's going to come to pass. The servants of Yahawashi are still going to be found to be faithful, because they would have been the one who would have been looking very well unto their going, looking out for these different articles, watching out for what's happening around us. These different wars, we see this, just like you said about the United Nations, this council that's happening right now. You best believe that Israelites, we are on the list, okay? Because there are certain parts where they're not going to be live streaming what they're doing. It's going to be all in closed doors. Okay, what do you think that they're talking about? Okay, because goes to show you, man, they all have a common enemy. These nations. If you look at all these different nations, they are attending the summit. All of them, they don't agree on one thing. They're actually all against one another. What's bringing them together? Ask yourself that. Why the hell is bringing these nations together? Because the last time we checked on the political front, they're not getting along, these nations. So what's bringing them together? That's the question. Psalms 83, we just read that in Psalms 83. Yeah. They're all against us, these nations. So if you're not looking well unto your going, okay, this path whereby we've been called, you're going to cut off of God. Okay, you're going to be found naked without your garment. And you're going to end up with a horrible end. You're going to end up with a horrible end. Let me go back to Job 39. It's Job 39. Okay, because the internet has done its work. Okay, exactly the purpose of Yahawashi is intended to do. The word has gone out. Okay, it has gone out. This is a Job 39, verse 12. Let me start at verse 11 and get to verse 12. It says, Job 39, verse 11. Without trust him, because his strength is great, or will thou leave thy labor to him? Wilt thou believe him, that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn? Because we've been gathered today by the word of the Holy One. Yahawah is gathering his elect. And this is what's happening. That's why in Habakkuk says, well, in your day I will work a work that you will not believe. And this is the work that's being done. Okay, the sons are being gathered into the barn right now. Just like Yahawashi, when he was making this parable of the tares and the wheat, says, no, man, let it alone. Let them grow together. When Yahawashi, he says he's going to send out his angels and they're going to gather the wheat into his barn. And we see this happening right now by the word of the Holy One, the unicorn. And there's nothing else Esau can do about that. We've been gathered right now unto Yahawashi, the hopeful elect.
Yeah, I want to for you. This is second Ezra. Because we know it's just a matter of time. We know these devils gonna come for us. We know y'all gonna come for us. All right, but the most high Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi gonna protect us. All right. This is the second Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. He said, for there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. A great insurrection. You understand? He said, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. You understand? So they're gonna come in like madmen. You understand? Because you see, Esau know exactly who's the enemy, and he know you Israelite is the enemy. You understand? Esau didn't matter these other nation. He know these are the nation on the same. When it comes to the Israelite, these are the nation with him. You understand? They with him. But what the Most High can do in these last days, the Most High can put these the same that was in league with him. The Most High can put His Spirit on them to destroy this devil. Revelation 13 and 16. You understand? Obadiah 1 and 7. Right? This is what Most High gonna do. You know, so like you say, my brother, I request the she just cut off the right. This is what the Most High gonna do. Right? Right. Yeah, so we know you're gonna come. Right? It was prophesied that you devil is gonna come. But the Most High gonna protect his men. Right? The Most High gonna protect his men. Right? Yeah, the Most High gonna protect his men. But back in chapter 16, verse 71, he said, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You understand? This is what they're going to do to this. We're going to do to the sincere brothers. You understand? And this prosecution come in. This is the balance. You know, this is the balance, the knowledge, and also the prosecution is a balance. And it come in. Right? We know it come in. Right? Right for right, so we know y'all get ready to come on us. Right? He said verse 72. Second Ezra chapter 60, verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their house. Then shall they be known. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. Right? Then shall they be known who are my chosen. Right? He said, right? He said, and they shall be tried as they go in the fire. You know, we're gonna be tried. Some brothers gonna be martyrs. for Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. You know, some brothers can get spiritual power, right, to defend brothers, right? We believe in those things. You understand? We believe that, right? You understand? But trying to get your brother back in. You know, like I said, it's a battle. It is a battle, right? You, right? So, read this back again. Coming back. Right. Right, Salakia. Let me send back this. Can come back there. Yeah. Yeah. 16 was maybe up from 2, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their house. Then shall they, he said, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O my people, Salaki, hear, O my beloved, said the Lord Yahawah, behold, the day of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be not afraid, for Yahawah is your, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahawah power. Let not your sin weigh you down, and let not your iniquity lift up themselves. You understand? Verse 77, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquity, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, and no man may, that he said that no man may travel through. You understand? So woe to these Israelites who refuse to repent and turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. But the Most High is going to deliver us, right? He said, yo, we're going to be prosecuted. They're going to come. They're going to take us out of our house. Some brothers going to be in female camp. Some brothers going to get chopped off. You understand? Brothers can get spiritual power to defend themselves, to defend brothers, right? This is the time that we're coming into. You understand? This is the time that we're coming into, right? You getting that?
Yeah, I got a, it's a Job 13. Because the scripture speaks about us arming ourselves likewise. This is the kind of mentality we're supposed to have. Okay, this is Job 13, verse 13 says, hold your peace, let me alone, that I may speak, and let come on me what will. Because we already know what we're doing. This is the will of Yahweh. So what comes, hey, let it come. Okay, the dead in Yahweh shall arise first. Okay, those of us who are alive at the returning of Yahweh, okay, we're going to be joined with him. So shall we ever be with the Lord. So whatever comes, let it come. Okay, let it come, whatever comes. Okay, there's no death in serving Yahweh. There's only rest. We're seeking rest. This place is not our rest. We want to go home, man. That's the mindset we have.
That's right.
Whatever comes, let it come. Okay, there's no victory over the saints of Yahawah. Death is going to be swallowed up in the victory. We're going to live forever.
This is Jeremiah 42. Jeremiah 42 and 10. If he will still abide in this land, then will I build you and not pull you down. I will plant you and not pluck you. For repent me of the evil that I had done unto you. Verse 11. Be not afraid of the king of Babylon, of whom ye are afraid. Be not afraid of him, said the Lord Yahawah, for I am with you to save you and to deliver you from his hands. You understand? So the Most High can deliver brothers, And we understand some brothers, some are going to be what martyrs say Yahawah Yahawashi. You know, some on the most I can deliver brothers, right?
I got a last precept.
Done.
Isaiah 20:22. All the ends of the earth, but most none else. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Look unto Yahawashi, wherever we've been scattered. Hey, we gotta look unto Yahawashi. Remembering the stone whereby we've been hewn back to that's the only avenue. We don't have many different ways to get into the kingdom. There's only one righteous path, one way whereby, throughout the day, there's going to be nothing but eternal glory that's going to come with serving Yahawashi. Neither what shall separate us from the love of Mashiach, shall death, famine, none of these things can ever offset, the same from following. Look unto Yahawashi and serve him. To hurry with the thoughts of these guys, what they say, these different these scoffers, to hurry with them. And we know who we worship. Salvation is of Yasharallah. It is of the Jews. We know what we worship. We worship Yahawashi in spirit and in truth.
Done. Yeah, go on here for you. This is Isaiah 59, verse 19. He said, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahawah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood." And that's how Esau gonna come like a flood with his martial art troops. He's gonna come in with his military, right? He's gonna come in like a flood on you Israelites, the ones who are pussyfooting, talking about black and woolly hair and melanin and African and black forever. You Christian talking about Jesus, right? You Christian, you Israelite about Islam and black consciousness. You Esau coming for y'all too. Know why he coming for y'all? Because y'all are Israelites, right? Y'all are Israelites, and y'all are his enemy, right? So y'all gonna be out there with chicken with no head, not know who's your enemy. You understand? So this devil come in, right? He come in because he but hurt. He understand? All his secret being revealed. He is the devil that the Bible speak of. He is Satan, right? He is the adversary. He is the problem. He is the problem in the earth. And we need to get rid of this problem. This is a cancer, and the cure for this cancer is to annihilate each and every one they see the Esau. Right? But after 1,000 years of slavery, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi is going to annihilate you devils. Obadiah 1:18. Right? So Isaiah 59 verse 19, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahawah from the west, and his glory from the rising sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahawah shall lift up a standard against him." So the most I can put the spirit and brothers to get them spiritual, because it said the spirit of the Lord Yahawah shall lift up a standard against him. So brother gonna get spiritual power, and I got brothers from all across the globe get dreams that they receive that had spiritual power. You understand? Get dreams. I myself had dreams already that running from these martial law soldiers. You understand? Running from these soldiers and kinda nowhere to run. Climb up on a tree, and I was surrounded. All I do is just pray to Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. And I like when I just turn, put my out, I just hitting them soldiers off the tree. Boom, boom, and I start controlling them with my hand. Other brothers can testify, they had dreams. You understand? You know, they had dreams. So the Most High gonna give brothers these spiritual power to defend themselves. You understand? So that time coming and it's close. Like you're just watching the video and plating if they come in the mud and join the battle. Yo, if that's come on the other side. Forget this world, come on the other side. So you can be covered by Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi. You understand?
We're not saving Yahawah Hashem in vain. A reward is coming.
Right.
That's what we're looking for. A reward. This is Ecclesiasticus 22:17 and 28 says, and they that remain shall know the fear. So like this, and they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord. It is a great glory to follow the Lord and to be received of him in long life. And that's what John the Baptist saw, man. Okay, when he saw America burning, okay, as if it was a sea of glass in Revelation 15, that's what he saw. We're going to be praising Yahawashi in that day. We're going to, because 2/3 they're going to be gone. They're going to all be taken out of the picture. But this is what's going to be going through the minds of those who are going to be saved. Okay, it was all worth it after all. Because 2/3, they think saving Yahawashi is all in vain. It is not in vain. Okay, that's going to be made manifest when Yahawashi appears. When World War III kicks in, all these different tribulations, when they come to pass, Jacob's trouble comes in, then will they start to consider, damn, these guys were telling the truth after all, but it's going to be too late. Okay, judgment will begin at the house of the Lord, and it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly as hell, worse than the days of Noah, because this upcoming judgment, is going to be perfect judgment from Yahawashi. His righteous indignation is going to be poured out, okay, without any form of mixture.
This is Revelation 12, verse 10. And I hear a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power Yahawah, and the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Who's the accuser? So-called white man is the accuser, right? He accuses us before the Heavenly Father every day. Look at your people, they're eating pork. Who's selling pork? Who control the food market? Right? You put pork in everything, but yet still they accuse us before Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Right? You got these women, you give women rights over men, right? You're writing, put laws to defend homosexual and accusing us against the Heavenly Father. Look at men them, look these men is homosexual. Look these women, these lesbian. But usually one who put his thumb in black before them. Usually one allow all this wickedness to grow in the earth. Right? So use the accuser, right? The so-called white man. Right? He said the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Yeah, you can be cast down into a slavery. And after slavery, you can be eradicated. Right? Thus said the Lord Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Obadiah 1:18. Right? He said, which accused them before our power day and night, and they overcome him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word. By the word of Yahawashi, the word by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. Right? He said, and by the word of their testimony, and they love not their life unto death, and they love not their life unto death. You understand? So the elect gonna overcome this devil, right?
This is Psalm 74, verse 22 says, "Arise, O power, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against thee increase continually." That's what that is what they've been doing continuously. Okay, speaking against Yahawashi, as it says in Thessalonians, he shall make himself as if he is the Most High himself. Okay, all his signs, okay, these false signs that he's pushing amongst these nations, all these different lies. The Most High sees everything that's happening. Everything has been laid. Everything is timed. Okay, when Esau is gonna do, he's gonna go down, and the rest of the nations, everything has been measured in perfect balance. So when that time comes, hey, it's gonna be horrific, but it's gonna be the most glorious thing unto the saints of the Most High Yahawashi.
That's right.
Okay, going back to the book of Zephaniah, says, if this thing be righteous in the sight of the remnant, how much so shall it be to the whole nation? It's going to be glorious. Even these scoffers we see, okay, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the scoffers of you Israelites, hey, you're going to appreciate righteousness very soon. You're going to realize, man, it is because of these men we are here in the kingdom. You're going to appreciate the elect in that day. In that day. It's another one, Psalm 17:79, verse. This is Psalm 79. Instead of verse 10 says, "Wherefore should like Psalm 79 verse 11 says, of the prisoners." So it says, let the Psalm 79 verse 11, let the sighing of the prisoner come before thee. According to the greatness of thy power, preserve thou those that are appointed to die. Going back to those who are going to have to die for the sake of the truth, for the testimony of Yahawashi's sake. Okay. The Most High, hey, precious in the sight of Yahawashi is the death of his saints. These nations have no understanding of that. They think it's all in vain, but it's not in vain. The Most High sees everything. Okay, he's the main man behind the picture who's orchestrating every single thing that's happening. Unto the ends. And okay, so verse 11 says, "Let the sighing of the prisoner come before thee. According to the greatness of thy power, preserve thou those that are appointed to die, and render unto our neighbors sevenfold reproach thee."
Shalama. And like your brother, like the last connection again, you know. Yeah, this is the battle. The battle is spiritual. Prince of the power of the air. Yeah, connection kind of drop again, you know. So hey, you know. So hey, Esau being revealed, you know, for who he is, you know. For the devil who he is, he being revealed for the devil who he is. All right. Let me send my brother I invite. All right. Let me send my brother invite. All right. Yes, so it will be revealed for him, man. You know? And he can get carnal, you know. Right? You're gonna get carnal. Right? Let me get a quick precept. I think his brother come up back there. This is Jeremiah. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. He said, "Thou art my axe and weapon of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nation." So, hey, the most I elect gonna be his battle axe, right? Which is the 144,000, right? Israelites, right? About the brother, right? Yeah, Jeremiah 51, verse 19 said, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he's the form of all things, and Israel is the wrath of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nation, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms." Right? So the Most High gonna use the elect, to destroy these heathens, right? That's what the Most High gonna do to destroy these heathens. Let me send my brother this link, send this link again. Battling with these weak internet connection. But the word of Yahawashi gonna still go out, right? Gonna still go out. Your brother on the other side of the world. How's the timing? Now is 9 o'clock on the side. 9. Now is, I think, 9. 9 and 5 is 40. Now got to be after 2. After 2 over after 2 in South Africa, or 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. in South Africa. You know. You know. Right. So sending back the link. Right. See, so yeah, right. He said, read back Jeremiah 51 and 20. He said, "Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war, for with thee, for with thee will I break in pieces the nation, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. With thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider." So, hey, we're gonna destroy all the military planes, the Hummer vehicle, the war tank, all these things we're gonna destroy, right? Through the power of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, we're gonna destroy these heathen military, right? Right back and send back this link again, right? Right. Yeah, so 422. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces young and the maid. You understand? So we're gonna rule these iron with a rod. We're gonna rule this nation with a rod of iron, right? You understand? A scepter, rulership. You understand how we gonna rule those? How we gonna rule these heathen nation, right? You understand? In 423. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces the captain and his ruler. You understand? So this is most I'm gonna use me to destroy these heathens. You know, let me try again so we get the brother back. You know. Let me try again and see. Isaiah. Yes. Right. Oh, can. Right, so. Right. Let's see. I'm gonna get one more close off, you know. Yeah, sorry, let's get one more close off there, you know. Right. So the most I say, hey, right? The most I gonna use the Israelites is elect, you know. This is Isaiah, Salaka, this is Ezekiel. All right, let me just get one more close out. This is Ezekiel. All right. Um, all right. This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. He said, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom, the so-called white people who use the Edomites, by the hands of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahawah power. You understand? So the Most High, the Most High gave his men the spiritual power. You understand? The spiritual body. Yo, we're gonna put shit in place. You understand? We're gonna take this kingdom by this. We're gonna take this kingdom by violence. You understand? This is how this kingdom gonna be taken down. This kingdom gonna be taken down by violence. Right? This is Revelation 18. Right? Revelation 18, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. You understand? This is how the city can be, and this is how the city can be thrown down, right? And the saints shall take the kingdom. And who's the saints? The Israelites. Saints shall take the kingdom, right? So are you scarf like a scarf, right? I don't know how we could take the kingdom. We never rule no way, right? Y'all gonna be ashamed. Y'all gonna be ashamed for y'all ignorance, right? He said, this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. You understand? So the saints gonna take the kingdom, right? Verse 27. He said, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of knowledge under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. All praises to Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Rawchaa Qadash. Want to say tawada to the Akims and the coming good for supporting, you know. Yoga's lessons edifying, right? You want to say Kahal, La, Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at written the stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akims and the four kind of the earth to push in the gospel and sincerity. Truth. Shalom.